Good day everybody, nice to see you. Tonight we're going to do chicken and mushroom pie, mashed potatoes, Vichy Carrots and some tin sweet corn. But before that I thought we'd do a quick supermarket carrot cake mix. Easy to do, in fact it's one of the easiest ones you can do. So basically you want 50 grams of butter melted, and you just put that in the tub. Then you want your mix, it's about 400 grams ish. So you put that in your tub, and then you want 5 tablespoons of water, 100 grams of vegetable oil, 100 mils, sorry, not grams, and then you need 3 eggs. You got 1, 2. So you've all had a few good days. I've been busy in the loft and tidying here, tidying there, trying to keep my mind active because of what's going on at the minute. Right, so all you do is give that a quick mix with your spoon, just so you don't make a mess. So that'll be okay for now. And then what we're going to do, we're going to give it a quick whisking. Right. Not long, just give it a quick whisking. See how these packet mixes, I mean, I'm going to make some fresh cakes in the week, but I'm just waiting for a mixer. I've ordered myself a big mixer. So I've got one at work, and it's brilliant. Brilliant mixer. So I can make you all some cake. Right, so give another few seconds, and then we'll get on with the rest of it. Not bad cake. I can't smell what happened. I sort of got a sense of something there. Right, so that's the cake done. Turn that off, we don't need that anymore. Remember what I said, guys, clean as you go. So put them bits in the sink, put that there. Right, then what you do, there's a £2 tin, and you get some of these from another well-known supermarket. So you put them in there, so it just saves all the hassle of doing everything else. And then you put your mix, get the spoon again, put your mix in the mould. And get all your mix in there. And then put it, it's nice, looking good. Right, so everything goes in your mould. So your mould's all ready to go. Right. So I know you won't be able to see that, but the mix is in there. And then what you do, you put it in your oven. It's debatable how long to put it in for, because you just don't know how long as a piece of string. I mean, on the packet says, where is it? 30-35 minutes, which I'd say was about right. Right. And also you get the topping for it, so you've got to do a topping for the cake, which ain't too bad. I had some plastic containers arrived the other day off a well-known company on the site, on the web, and also with them you got one of these. Now these were brilliant. It tells you cups, ounces, mils, all your weights, your little weights. So that's how I got my 100 mil for doing the cake. It's very good, and they're free. Well, they came with the stuff. Right, now we're going to make tonight's evening meal. So what we require is a bit of butter in the pan. Let's put the front left on before we forget. I will start putting the menus up on the pages, because I've just got to work out how to do it properly. Then you'll know what we're doing. But I'm still learning, so if anyone wants to teach me how to do stuff for YouTube, then I'll be very thankful for that. Well, now what we do, we just let it melt, and then we're going to add the rest of the stuff. So we've got chicken stock, salt and pepper as usual. We've got half an onion, diced. Obviously, if the children or juniors are making it, they'll have to ask the parents to do that bit. We've got bacon, raw bacon, about 6 slices. We've got 2 chicken breasts cut up, and we've also got about 100 grams of chopped mushrooms. So that's all what we're going to put in our pie. And then I've got some pastry I left over from the other night, which is there, so I can make the pie top of that. So just give this a couple of secs. I must give a big shout out to Layla, my niece, who taught me how to do thumbnails on YouTube, which was good. I didn't know how to do them before, but like I said, I'm still learning, and if anyone's got any tips for me, just let me know. Unfortunately, when I left school, you couldn't do all it, you know, you didn't have all the stuff. I think the Amstrad was just coming out by then. So, yeah, I would be extremely grateful for people to give me a hand, or let me know how to do things. Don't forget the chocolate cake competition for those who are doing it. You've got about just over a week left. £10 to the 2 winners. Under 10s and over 10s, or 10 till 14. So we've got one definite entry, that's Layla. So she's going to get hers, will go to Dawn to be judged, as it's Dawn who's judging the cakes. Right, next we need is we'll put the onions in. That's our onions. Then we'll put our bacon in, just to fry it all off to start with. That's basically all we do, is just fry and fry, because we like frying. Going. We seem to have a lot of people making pastry at the minute, which is good. A friend of mine, Tony, he made a nice pie and he used the leftovers for some turnovers, which was good. I quite enjoyed looking at that one. And we get a few people who can do pastry, dessert, you know, pies, well, all that stuff like that. Puddings, anything like that. Cakes, my favourite cakes. Emily, she made a lovely one, so I'm going to copy what she did. Excuse my laugh, but I just like to learn off other people, and the good thing about it, she posted the recipe up, which was good, so we can all learn by that and print it off or something. We can't all keep getting cookery books for menus. Right, then we're going to add some pepper. Oops, tell you this one's not playing. New one. But take the lid off. Oh wow. Hope you can hear that sizzling, guys. I can see it sizzling. A bit of salt. So you want this bit of salt in it. So when that's cooked, or starting to cook, you add your chicken. I would say mushrooms, but they take the least. They take the least to cook. I was watching a YouTube video from one of the schools, and their chef he got all the bare ingredients ready, and then he put the recipe up at the end, that's what I want to do. And then he put all his stuff in these, which was a good idea. Obviously you can't use some of them again, but some you can. And all you do on the side is you write what's in it. so you remember when you're doing your vids. So I'm quite happy with that. That made me chuckle, because I want to know that. I sometimes, well, you don't, because you sometimes struggle thinking about things, and I know I struggle sometimes. But it's good. It's good. Right, let the chicken just cook a bit, and also we need some flour for this dish. Just a bit of flour to go in. So we'll get a spoon for the flour, because the flour thickens it up, and then you put the chicken stock in, which makes it lush. Should make it lush if you've made it nice. And then when it's finished, we're going to put it in a pie dish, and hopefully the pie dish. Well, we're going to give me, Jenny, and my mum and me, because she wants some pie. I said to my dad this time he couldn't have it, unfortunately, because the pie, I wouldn't be able to do it. Too many ingredients, I think. Right, then you put your mushrooms in. Lovely mix. So you got about 100 grams of mushroom. I put 80 there, but I've actually added a few because we had a few left. So we'll leave that to cook for a couple of minutes. Nice. Does anyone practice anything with knife skills at the minute, or anyone doing any menus? I mean, you don't have to, but it'd be nice if people were watching. I know a couple of people watch all the time, but I don't tend to see that bit. Any comments you want to make? I don't mind. It's all good. It's all good. Right, so we leave that like that. We'll just get rid of our containers. Put them in the bin. Put them in that one. You can hear it sizzling, guys. It's certainly making a noise. I'm going to put a bit more pepper in that. It's quite hard to see it. I just love pepper. It's really nice. Right, another one on tonight's meal. For those of you, I don't know if you've all you know what battle carrots are, or Vichy Carrots, sorry. Vichy Carrots are the round ones, which are quite not nice. And we've also got roast potatoes. When you're doing your roast potatoes, there's a quick tip for you if a junior's doing it. Try and prepare all your potatoes the same size. The reason you do them the same size is because they're easier they're quicker to cook. So they'll all cook equally. Sometimes people have all different sizes and they don't cook as evenly, so you've got some hard ones and some soft ones when you've done your bacon. Right, next we're going to add our little bit of flour. So we're going to should be just a couple of spoonfuls. So there's 1, 2. Yeah, that's just a little tip for you guys. See, nice. Coming on nice, guys. And then what you do, you let that cook in a minute, and then it really nicely cooked in. Don't burn your pan. Ooh, what you don't want to do. I see that's starting to catch, but it doesn't matter because now we're going to add our stock. So add your stock, but not too much at a time. Let it boil so it thickens your mix up. Now I tend to like a thicker mix. I think it just gives it that. I remember when I was in Germany, the mix. Some people used to make a really thick pie mix. I think and it used to be didn't used to fall apart or nothing when they served it with the pastry, etc. It's nice. So we're just going to have a look at this, and we've got to let this cool down before we can do the pastry bit. Right, something else, we'll just turn it down for a bit now, turn it off. Something else we'll do, we'll add, where is it? We'll add a bit of parsley, give it a bit of, make it look a bit nice. Usually I'd use my fresh parsley, but I tend to find that it doesn't last long because I don't use enough of it. And you get a big, you get a big bunch of it from the supermarkets, and within a couple of days it's gone off. So I tend to use the fresh one, the packet one now, or the little canister. Right, so that's our mix. So what we do, we can put the mix into our container. Just put our stuff away. Otherwise I'll be dropping it. I don't want to do that. Right, so here's our container for our pie tonight. So the mix is just going to get put in there, and then we're going to put the pastry on in a bit. So I have to leave that to really cool down, because you can't put the pastry on, otherwise it will start melting and everything. Right, so that's the mix. Can you see it, guys? So we'll just let it cool down, and I'll be back and do a bit more. Thank you. Right, guys. While you was away, I took the carrot cake out, so that's just got to cool down now, and I've got to put the topping on. And the pie mix is now cooled down. Sorry. So what you got to do first is put just a little layer of water. I'll just wet the dish a bit. It just helps with the pastry. So just round the side. You don't need a lot. And then what I'm going to do is put my pastry on. So I've got my pastry. I didn't have to do nothing with it. Didn't have to roll it out or anything. So all I'm going to do is place it over the top, like that, and then push it down at the sides. Just like this. I don't know if I'm going to crimp it. I might not. I might leave it rustic. It looks better rustic, in fact. It looks quite nice rustic. Just a rustic pie. Remember, it's puff pastry pie, guys. Well, then just take the ends off. Then put some holes in it for cooking purposes. Just lets the steam out from the pastry when it's cooking. I'll put that down there. Well, that's the pie, guys. You're ready to go. So you see that? So what I'm going to do now is put some egg wash on it. Just give it some egg wash to make it looks brown when it's in. You can always cling film your egg wash and use it for, well, I'm going to do pies again, I'm going to do stuff tomorrow, so I'll keep it. If you want to use it again, you can. But, so that's all ready to go, guys. So I'm going to put my veg on and that, and everything else, then I'll come back to. Just before we start doing the main meal, getting it out, I just thought we'd do the cake. So the carrot cake, obviously well-known supermarket, and the mix, it came with it. Basically what you got to do, you got to add 50 grams of butter to the powder, which is basically icing sugar. Well, I find that's not enough. So what I do, add a bit of water to your mix and mix it all together, and then go like that. If you need more, add more. If you don't need more, you don't add more. But as you can see, it's not too bad. And using their way, the mix just doesn't come out the right way. It just goes solid. And that's with melting the butter, the 50 grams of butter, like they say on the packet. So I just add my own mix. I just add a bit of water, add your ice and your sugar, and it should come out harder. It's just come out harder like this one. So basically, that's the topping done. So all we're going to do now is just place it in the fridge until later on, or tomorrow when it's required. Right, I'll be back in a minute to do the evening meal. Right guys, it's time to start dishing up as per usual. So I've drained the potatoes off and put a bit of butter in them. Now I'm just going to add a bit of salt, pepper, sorry. I did a bit of salt earlier. Right. So then we'll get the old masher. Give them a good mash. Give them a good mash. Putting butter wise in depends how creamy you like, to be honest. I just put a little bit in just to make them tastier. I don't like potatoes and not having nothing in them. Right, so that's that bit. I'm gonna have 3 bits of pie because I'm doing a bit for my mum tonight. Right, so we're gonna get the carrots out. I've rinsed off the carrots. So we got carrot. Don't forget we do like carrots in this house. So I must get some batten ones, or we'll try something different. We've had roasted, we've had batten, and we've had Vichy. So we can find some more to do. I'll get the army cookbook out, which is brilliant for recipes. It seems like there's a million and one things you can do with veg. Potato. Smells nice, looks nice. Looks nice. Right, tonight we're also going to do some sweet corn. So I'll put that in the microwave. Couple of minutes. Right, it's time for the pie. Big minute, let's get the pie. This kitchen, then I'll get warm. Right, here's the pie. Pie took about half an hour-ish to cook. There you go, this pie, guys. Right. Well, split it into 3. Oh, we need to mix some gravy up for Jenny's pie. So we've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Looking good, looking good. Looking very good, guys. Right, I'll leave that there for my mother. Just get rid of this spoon. Get another spoon. That's for the sweet corn. Don't think we really needed the sweet corn, but we'll put it on there. Both hungry tonight. Busy day. Right, so that is it, guys. And I'll see you next time. Oh, I will show you what it looks like if I can. There you go, guys. I will get a picture before and put it on the site. Thank you very much, and see you soon.